Hey, welcome back guys. In this video, we will take a look at how to upload file in Selenium using Python and the Selenium based framework. So the first example we're going to look at is the file uploader over here. So the website I'm on is the internetherokuapp.com/upload. Now this one is pretty straightforward. What we will do is click on the choose file button. From there, we're going to pass in the file and then we will click on the upload button. Once we do that, we get this file uploaded message. So we're going to assert this message to make sure that the file is successfully uploaded. So that's going to be our first example. The second test is going to be slightly bit more complicated, and it's going to be on our practiceautomationbro.com/cart page. And here we will do the same thing. We're going to upload a file and then pass in the file, do upload. And in this scenario, once we do the upload file here, we're going to see this uploading message. And then eventually it will tell us that the file has been uploaded successfully. Now I will come back to it and tell you why this one is a little bit complicated than the one over here. But for now, let's get started with getting our base test set up and then getting started with this particular test over here. So I'm going to head back to PyCharm and get started with our test. So I'm back here in PyCharm, and over here I've created a new class called it upload test, and you can see this that I've created a new file also called it test_upload. Now here I'm using the same thing, Selenium base, importing our base case. Now for those of you that are not familiar with Selenium base, make sure to check out my previous videos in this series so that you understand how Selenium base works and you can follow along easily. I will add the link for that in the description below if you guys want to check it out. Alright, coming back to the test. So we have two tests over here. The first one is the test visible upload. This is the example we were just looking at, which was a straightforward example. The second one is the test hidden upload. Now this is one for our Practice Automation Bro website. So we're going to look into the second one in a bit. But first, let's start with the first one. So I'm going to open this up. So over here, I've already added some comments. So the first one is opening the page. So here I'm using the Selenium self.open method. And then here we are passing in the Internet Heroku app/upload. Now this is my base URL. So I'm simply passing that here. What Selenium base will do, it will go in and open up this URL. The next thing here is we need to get the file path. So once we have the file path is basically where my file is located. In my case, it's located under data folder. And under the data folder, I have logo.jpg. And this is basically, if I open this up, it's just a simple logo for Automation Bro. And then I'm going to upload the file. Once the file is uploaded, I'm going to click the upload button. Now I know these two seems a little bit confusing, but we will show you what each of these steps does. And then finally, we're going to assert the file uploaded text. So this is going to be our steps. Let's go ahead and start implementing this. So the first thing for the file path, we're going to pass that in. So I'm going to create a new variable here. And I'm going to name this one file path. And my file is actually located under data. And over here, it's basically logo.jpg. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say this is under data/logo.jpg. Now when I do /, it's actually going to the root folder. Now my root folder is this over here, Selenium Python. So from the root folder, I'm saying, okay, go to the data folder. And then from the data folder, go to the logo. So that's what I'm passing it over here. So this is straightforward. We got our file path over here. Now we need to upload the file. So to upload the file, we can use the Selenium based method, and it's called self.chooseFile. Now when I click on this choose file, I have a couple of options here. I need to pass in the selector. So what exactly selector I'm using, where I'm trying to upload this. And the second one is the file path, right? So the file path, we just got it. So we're going to pass that in, and then we're going to head over to Chrome to get our selector. So I'm going to keep my selector empty. And then for the file path, I will simply pass that in. So this is going to be the same file path that we just got. Now let's head over to Chrome and take a look at the selector that we need to pass in for our choose file method. Okay, so I'm back here in Chrome. And over here, where we actually need to upload the file, and the selector that we need to pass in would be this particular over here. Not the upload. The upload would be the one that we will be clicking on. But to actually pass in our file, we need to pass into this input field right here. So I'm going to right click here and do inspect. Now, whenever you're working with the upload files, one thing to notice is when you're passing in the file, you need to look for the input type file. Now this is over here, which is input. You can see this input ID file upload and type equals file. So this thing right here, type equals file, is the most important thing, because where you will be actually sending your file would be the type equals file. You cannot send your file to this upload element here, or basically send it to some other random element. So you need to find an element which has the type equals file, and then you need to send your file in there. So I know this is the one that I'm going to use. So I have the ID already for this, which is file-upload. So we're going to use this ID for our actual selector. And the next thing we need to do is click on this upload button. So I'm already going to take a look at what that one is. So this is an input class button and it has an ID of file submit. Okay, so the first one is file upload, which is going to be a type file. The second one is file submit. So let's just use these methods and head over to PyCharm and actually implement our test. So I'm back here in PyCharm, and then here we need to pass in our selectors. So the first one is going to be my file upload. So I'm going to do file-upload. And this is an ID, so I'm going to pass in the pound sign. The next one is clicking the upload button. So to clicking the upload button, we can use this doing self.click. And then I'm going to pass in file-submit. All right, so the key thing obviously to notice is to upload a file, we're going to use the choose file method. And to actually click the upload button, we're using the click method. So for our final part, we need to assert that a file is uploaded successfully. So let's jump back to Chrome quickly again and take a look at the assertion that we will need to implement. So here I'm going to upload the file again quickly. And then I'm going to click on the upload button. So this is the text we need to verify, right? So let's take a look at the actual element for that particular text. So this one is an H3. If I search for this H3, see if that is unique. Yeah, that is. So we're going to use the H3 tag over here. And the text we're going to verify is the file uploaded text. So I will just copy that. So I'm back in PyCharm, and here we're going to use the assert text method to actually assert our text. So I will do self.assert text. And then here I'm going to pass in my text. So the text that we copied was file uploaded. And then I will pass in the selector. So my selector was simply H3. So I'm just going to use that. All right, so this is our overall test. So first thing we are doing is opening the page, then we're getting the file path, then we are uploading the file using the choose file method, and then we're clicking the upload button and then asserting the text. Now let's try to run this to see if this would work for us. So to run it, I'm going to use the pytest command, and then I'm going to do test_visible, and then pass in the dash key flag so that it runs just this particular method over here. Okay, so we ran our test, and as you can see, it successfully passed. It says 1 passed over here, and it uploaded our file successfully too. So this one right here is the simplest upload examples that you can find. Now, typically in modern websites, this is not what you're going to find. In modern websites, you're going to see something different. So I'm going to head over to the Practice Automation Bro website, and I'm going to show you the second example that we're going to take a look at. All right, so I'm back here in practice.automationbro.com/cart. The link for this will be in the description below if you guys want to check it out. So this one is a little bit different than the typical example we were looking at. Now over here, as you can notice that there's no choose file button over there, or basically the input type file that we were looking at. If I go back to this Internet Heroku app, so this thing right here, this input field is not here. Instead, we're seeing the select file button and upload file as well as this input field right here. So the workflow over here compared to the one that we were looking at is I have to click on the select file button, right? So the moment I click on select file, it triggers up this new screen for me where I can actually upload the file. So if we just follow the same example that we did on our previous example, so what we did was we first find the element, right? So let's do that. So I'm going to find the element here. So the element for that, which is for the select file, is if I move this up, select file is this one. So the ID for this is input1. And then after that, we have to click the upload file button. So I'm going to head over to this one and then select that. So this one is the ID for this is upload1. So basically the first one was, let's go back, take a look at this. So input1 and the upload1. So these are our two IDs. So let's actually implement this exactly the same way that we did for our previous example and see if it would work for us. So I'm going to head back to PyCharm and try to implement this. All right, so I'm back in PyCharm and I have the second method that I showed you initially. So I'm going to expand this and I've already added our base data over here. So this is all the steps that we basically did over here. So it's exactly the same way. There's nothing different. Everything is same. The only thing that are different is the actual IDs, right? The IDs is the input one right here and the upload one. So these are the two IDs that we just looked at. And that's what I've passed in over here. So I'm going to run this test and see if this test would work for us. So to run this, similar to the one we were doing before, I'm going to do pytest-k. And instead of doing test_visible, I will do test_hidden. And I will run this. Okay, so if you notice that, it opened up the Practice Automation Bro website, and then it just stood there for a couple of seconds, and then after that, our test failed. So after 6 seconds, our test failed. And it's saying that this element right here, which is what we were passing for our assertion, is actually not visible or not present. And the reason for that is because it could not even upload anything. So if it's not able to upload anything, there's obviously it will not find any upload text. All right, so what happened here? In this scenario, it should have worked, right? Because we just tested it out over here with our first example and the same steps we took over here, but it actually failed. So let's head back to Chrome and take a look at why exactly that is happening. Okay, so I'm back in Chrome. So the workflow we were looking at was clicking on the select file and the upload file, right? But if I hover over to select file here, you can notice the moment I hover over there, we have something else here. So this is the input type file, right? This is the same input type file that I was talking about. Whenever you're uploading a file, you need to focus on the input type file. It doesn't matter what else is there on top of it. So typically with modern websites, they will not show you this choose file input over here. Instead, they would add some type of styling on top of it to make it look pretty. And behind the scenes, they will throw this choose file there. And same thing is happening here. So the moment I hover over to this, you can see this blue that gets highlighted there. So that thing is our input type file button, but that is hidden. We cannot actually see that. Instead, we see the select file button that is actually on top of that. So in this scenario, what we should instead do is target the input type file element. So the input type file element is basically this one, right? And it has an uploaded file underscore one name and up file underscore one ID. All right, so you must be thinking that, yeah, sure, let's go ahead and use this ID right here, which is up file underscore one, and then it should work because technically we have this input type equals file, and this is the same input that we targeted in our previous example, right? So actually, let's try this out. I'm going to use this up file underscore one, and this is our input type file element, and we're going to try to run our test using this and see if this would work for us. So here, I'm going to change my input underscore one to up file underscore one, and then I will run my test just as we were running before. So it opened up my test, and right over here, once again, it's not doing anything. So we can wait a couple more seconds to see if it actually uploads something. Nope, it did not upload anything, and we should expect an error message. There you go, we got an error message. And the error message that we got, if I notice, it says the upload file over here element is not visible. And which element is not visible? Well, this one, up file one. So this is the one that we just put in here. It's saying that the element is not even visible. So this time it's not actually going over here. It's not actually throwing us error here. It's throwing us error right over here because it's saying, hey, the element that you're targeting, it's not even visible on the page. So let's take a look at that. I'm going to head back to Chrome. So what it's saying is this element right here, it's not visible. And yes, it's obvious, right? Because we don't see it on the screen. Instead, what we see is the select file. So that time when we targeted select file, it was able to find it, except it could not really upload on that. Because to upload on something, it needs to find the input type file. So I know this is complicated, right? Because you need to target this element, but this element is not visible. Instead, the other element is visible, but when you're targeting that, you cannot really upload anything on that. So this is what you will find in all the majority of the modern websites. So to actually overcome this, what we will have to do is make sure that our input element is actually visible so that we can see it on the screen. Now this will vary from websites to website on how they have actually implemented it. Some websites typically just reduce down the opacity to 0. Other website will throw in some classes. Some other website will have some other mechanism. So you will need to figure it out what exactly is happening with your particular website or where your input element is, and then make that visible on the screen, and then you should need to target that. So for this particular website, you can notice that they have this class called file input hidden. Now if I get rid of this class right over here, all right, so there you go. The moment I did that, I can see the choose file input field right over here. Now I can click on this choose file and kind of upload the same file as we were doing in our previous example. So this is what we need to do. We need to get rid of our class. Now, once again, like I'm telling you, this is specific to this website that I need to get rid of this class. And the moment I get rid of the class, right now you can see there's nothing here. Class is empty. And the moment I do this, I can actually see this choose file input field here. So right now what I did is I actually manually went in and got rid of the class, but I obviously refresh. So after I refresh, everything comes back and I can see the file input hidden back over here. So what I need to do is figure out a way to get rid of this class so that I can see the input file field. And once I can see that, I can upload whatever I need to upload there. And we can do this by manipulating our DOM and using some JavaScript code. So if I go over here to my console, and here what I can do is, like, we can actually test this out. So I'm going to do document. So basically access the document there and then do get element by ID. And then here I'm going to pass in my ID, which was upfile underscore one. And then I'm going to do class list. So basically I need to get rid of the class list dot remove. And as you can see, it's actually autofilling for me. So I'm going to put that in. and then get rid of this file input hidden. So basically what I'm doing is, if I go back here, I have this upload file 1. Basically the up file 1 is my ID. So I'm just accessing this ID, and then I'm getting rid of the class list, which is file input hidden. So if I go back, I'm doing document get element file ID. This is my ID, dot class list dot remove, and then remove whatever class I need to remove. And if I hit enter now, there you go. Right over here, we can see our input field again. So this is what we need to do. In our test, we need to pass in this script. Once we pass in the script, we will see this input field, and then we can go ahead and actually upload whatever we need to upload there. And this is the exact reason why this one is a little bit complicated than the previous example. But once you figure out how this works, it's gonna be same for you for any websites that you will test in. You just have to figure it out what exact mechanism would work in to see this input field again. Once you can see this input field, you can go ahead and implement that same JavaScript code in your test. So let's head back to PyCharm and actually implement this. Okay, so I'm back here in PyCharm, and right before when we were actually uploading our file, I'm gonna make some changes here. So here I'm just gonna say add JS code, or basically add JavaScript code. And then what I'm gonna do is create a new variable, call this one remove my hidden class. And here we need to put the same script that we copied from our browser. So I'm gonna put that over here. So that is document.getElementID, passing the ID.classList.remove, and then ID over here. So I've stored this into a variable. And then the good thing with Selenium Base is to actually implement a JavaScript code, there's an inbuilt method which is called add.jsCode. The moment I do that, I can see that add.jsCode is there. And what this does is it goes ahead and add the JavaScript code on the actual while it is running the script. So it will go in, it will come to this step, it will implement this entire script, and then it will go ahead and do whatever it needs to do next. So I'm going to pass in our class here. So this right thing here. So it's going to implement this entire JavaScript code. Once it does that, it will see this up file 1, which is our ID. It's going to be visible on the page because we just got rid of the class list that was making it hidden. So once it is visible, it can easily go ahead and upload the file. So let's test this out and see if this would work for us. Okay, so it's opening up over here. And as you can see, we can see this input field. Now it's uploading right over here. And there you go. It uploaded successfully. And we have our test working as well. So that's great. That's exactly what we wanted. We added this JavaScript code to get rid of this hidden class. And after that, we were able to go ahead and successfully implement this. So to quickly recap, we looked at two examples. The first one was a straightforward example where we can see the input field. And using that, what we were doing is just passing in the choosefile method, which was going in and actually uploading our file after we have provided the file path as well as the file ID. Then we clicked on the upload button to actually upload whatever we want and then assert the text. Now this one was a straightforward example. However, the typical examples that you will run into with the modern websites would be something like this, where you would need to play around with the JavaScript code to get your input field visible. And once that is visible on the screen, you can actually go ahead and implement the same way that you just did on our previous example. And for that specifically, we use the add.js code. Now, once again, this add.js code is specific to the Selenium Base framework. So if you want to learn more about the Selenium Base framework, make sure to check out my tutorial series. I will add the link for that in the description below. But if you're not using Selenium Base framework, you have to figure out other way to inject the JavaScript code in your test. And once you do that, you can follow along with the rest of your steps. So that's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, remember to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Also, leave a comment below if you have any questions related to this videos or if there's some other topics you would like me to create content on as well. That's all for now, guys. I will see you all in the next one.